Welcome to your daily soul session with me, Sarah, episode 72, hashtag more soul sessions, www.moresoulsessions.com. So I just listened to this amazing retreat that I signed up for by Sark and one of her business partners. It's actually her CEO. And it was a retreat all about money. I've been doing a ton of money work. Also work around manifestation, which is part of money. And there are just three things that, well, there's a ton of things that stuck out about this retreat that I was a part of, but there were three things I just wanted. I can never get the camera right. I always go this way, that way. Anyway, there are three things I just really want to share with you that are simple and I thought could be really effective on here because money is a really big topic. And by the way, I always find myself saying money is such a big trigger for most of us. And I'm changing that tonight to, what if money was easy? What if it was just easy? Because that's such a shift for me, and I think it could be for you as well. So the first thing I want to say is, I'm doing all kinds of things with my hands tonight. How big is your receptacle for money? How big is your receptacle for money? For a lot of us, it's really small. So they described on the retreat, it's probably the size of a teacup. And I was like, damn. And they're like, how about if it was the size of the ocean, right? And we never just jump from a teacup to, the ocean. It's all about micro movements. So maybe we can move from a teacup to a bucket to a swimming pool to the ocean, and with many more steps in between. But just think about that. How big is your receptacle for money? Because that already starts to teach you a lot about how much you are willing to receive, how much space in your life you create for money, and how you might start to think about, how can I make that receptacle a little bit bigger? That was cool. The second thing I want to share is, let's see, we often talk about deserve, right, when we talk about money. So, I'm going to buy this. I really deserve it. I worked hard this week. Or I'll say something like, yeah, I've done, I've been doing a great job and I've been taking care of myself and I've been working. I feel like I have a really great balance. I'm going to go get myself a pedicure. It feels like a little treat. And I don't actually use the word deserve, but that's what's implied between the lines. And they said, when you wake up in the morning, do you deserve water? No, right? No, of course, I don't deserve water. I can just have a drink of water. When you breathe, can you only breathe because you've done well enough that you deserve the oxygen in the air? No, I can just breathe any time. Do you deserve to eat food? No, I can eat food. So why do we think deserve goes hand in hand with money? We don't deserve it because we've worked really hard or deserve it because we've done a good job. We just get it because we are. We are here and we're human and money is part of our life, right? And also deserve implies this idea of we've been good or bad, which creates so much pressure on our shoulders to do the right thing or judge whether we've done the right thing or the wrong thing. It's too much. So think about, are you using the word deserve and how you might start to reframe that? One of the things they said is, would it be okay if there was just plenty of money to go around? Right? So that can be the beginning of a reframe for that. And the third thing, which I loved and, makes it sort of physical, and we often have to, the way we learn a lesson if it's actually become embodied, but that's such an overused word, but it means we can't just think it. We have to really feel it inside of us. So I want you to just take every muscle in your body and tense it. Your eyes, your cheeks, your thighs, your arms, your upper arms, your fists. Tense everything. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Keep holding it. Hold it for 15 seconds. It's excruciating. Your belly muscles. Okay, let go. That is how most of us feel about money and how we interact with it on a daily basis. We're clenching everything we have, or many, many muscles. It might be slightly over-exaggerated, but it's a hell of a point. And that just, something clicked for me what if money was just easy? What if money is easy? It doesn't have to be this big, hard subject. I know we're just skimming the surface here, but I hope that last point really resonates with you. And if you find yourself feeling really stressed out about money, do that. Do that exercise for 15 seconds, tensing, tensing, tensing as much as you can, and then release, just to give yourself some physical perspective of how hard you're mentally holding on to your old stories. Okay, I'm loving this. I think this is really informational as opposed to just my experience with something, which I love too. Anyway, I love you lots. Hang on, I've got a new catchphrase and I keep remembering or forgetting to use it. And it was something that a client said about Soul Sessions, the retreat, which they attended, God, like 18 months ago. And I was just looking at some old footage and I loved what they said. And I thought, this is the heart of my coaching. So I'm going to start using it at the end of everything as like my signature. So I say all of that to say it's not just some like nichey little catchphrase I've sat down and thought about. Be fearless, be honest, be yourself. Good night.